Hi, I'm Elaine and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a homemade banana pudding. And first things you'll need is half a box of vanilla wafers, 6 medium bananas. Okay. For the pudding itself, you'll need a total of 5 eggs. It's going to be 2 whole eggs and 3 egg yolks. And I'll be saving the whites from the eggs to make my meringue with. Also going to need 3 cups of milk, and I plan on using evaporated milk. I'll use 1 can of evaporated milk to 1 can of water. That's a 12-ounce can, so it'll make a total of 3 cups. Half a cup of granulated sugar for the pudding. 3 to 4 tablespoons of plain flour, it'll be all-purpose flour, plus a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, now for the meringue, again I told you it's going to be the 3 egg whites plus a 1/4 cup of sugar and a 1/4 teaspoon of regular vinegar, distilled vinegar. And what the vinegar does is it will stabilize the egg whites. Now if you don't have vinegar, or if you prefer to use cream of tartar, you can do so. I just don't happen to have any cream of tartar, and I couldn't find any at the store, so I'm using vinegar. This is going to be done in probably about 3 different stages. I'm going to cut up my bananas and do my vanilla wafers and put them in my casserole dish, and then I'll be doing my pudding over at the stove, and then I'll be doing my meringue here and then finishing it off in the oven. So if you give me just a minute to get this stuff where it goes, I'll be right back. Back. Okay, I'm going to get my bananas peeled to be cut. And I know you're looking at it saying, you're peeling that wrong. Well, actually, it's a whole lot easier to peel it from the fruit end down there than it is from the stem end. Much easier. And what I'm going to do with the bananas is take and cut maybe about 1/4 inch pieces. Okay, I've already got my vanilla wafers open. And when it comes to vanilla wafers, you can use name brand, you can use store brand, you can use the most generic or the cheapest you can find. It's up to you. It's your banana pudding. I happen to buy what I find is cheapest. Now, what I do is I just put a layer of vanilla wafers in the bottom of my dish. Wafer just didn't want to stay there. And then what I do is I alternate layers between vanilla wafers and bananas. And that's pretty much how that looks right there. And I'll continue to do that, putting more vanilla wafers and more bananas until I get it all done. So I'm going to take a quick break to get this finished out. When we come back, I'll show you how I make my pudding. So wait just a minute. Okay, we've got the bananas and the vanilla wafers in this casserole dish. Now you don't have to use a casserole dish. You can use a deep bowl if that's what you want to use, or just use what you have. But since it's going in the oven, you do want to make sure it's oven proof. Now, like I said, I'm going to be putting a meringue on this. That's why it's going in the oven. If you do not like meringue, then don't use meringue. You can use Cool Whip. Then you can put it in any kind of bowl you want to put it in. But I've got this done, and now I've got to fix the pudding for it. So next time you see me, I'll be at the stove getting ready to make the pudding. Okay, I'm back and getting ready to make up the pudding part of the banana pudding. I've got my bowl here now. To cook the banana pudding, you're going to have a double boiler. You don't have to own a double boiler. I don't. I use a metal pan over boiling water. And what it does, I'll just set that on top of it, and the steam will come up and cook from the bottom. So, you know, like I said, you don't have to have one. You can use a glass bowl. You can use a smaller metal pan. As long as it fits with a good seal on top of your boiling water, you can use it as a double boiler. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my sugar and my flour and salt together in the pan. I'm going to make my pudding up in, and I'm going to whisk that together. Okay. Now I'm going to set this here beside me because I'm going to be adding the eggs to it. And what I'm going to do, if you have an egg separator, I would say use an egg separator. I don't have one. This is how I do my eggs. I crack them open, and I put my yolk back and forth to get my whites off of them and separate them. And I'll put that yolk right there. I'll do this again. Now, when you're separating your eggs, if you're going to make the meringue, make sure that none of the yolk gets in with the whites and that you have no fat of any kind in your bowl. You want to make sure it's good and clean. Because if you have any fats of any kind in there, or if any of the yolk gets in there, it will not make the peaks that you need for your meringue. Okay. Have that yolk bust, so I'm not going to put any more of that in there. And these other two eggs will go in here. And I know, when you do eggs, you're supposed to crack them into a bowl. Make sure you don't have any blood or anything else in there, just in case those eggs are messed up. Well, I buy my eggs from the grocery store. So I'm 99.99999% sure there are no baby chickens in the eggs. And I have rarely, if ever, found a blood spot in any of the eggs I buy from the store. Okay, I've got my egg whites moved over there so I can move them here in just a minute. I've got my egg yolks, my eggs, my flour, my sugar, my salt in here. And I'm going to whisk it together really quickly before I put it over that heat. And the reason I'm doing this is so that I don't curdle my eggs. If you're wondering what curdle is, excuse me, I ain't going to mess up my eggs if I can help it, and I'm not going to scramble my eggs if I can help it. Okay. I've got that mixed up, and I got my water boiling. I guess you can see that steam rising. I'm going to cut it down one notch on heat. I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to pour my 3 cups of milk in here. Again, this is 1 can of evaporated milk to 1 can of water. It's 24 ounces total. And I'm going to stir this together. And this is something you'll have to pretty much sit over to cook. It may take upwards of 10 minutes. And see, stir it together. And if you heard that beeping, that was my oven in the background. I went ahead and set the timer on it. Give me the temperature on it for 425 degrees so that we can banana pudding in it when it gets done here. Okay. As I said, this is what it looks like. And this right here is basically what's going to be happening for the next 10 to 12 minutes. Is me stirring and it cooking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a slight break from this, and I will come back probably about 5 or 6 minutes to let you see what it looks like at that point, and then we'll come back again when it's ready to come off the eye. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, the pudding is starting to get thick. Now what I didn't tell you when I was putting all this together is that I use evaporated milk. You can use whole milk, you can use 2% milk. Whatever you want to use. It doesn't have to be evaporated milk. Okay, you use what's in your kitchen and what you like. This right here is looking good, and I can tell it's getting thick because it's sticking to my whisk there. And it looks like it's probably going to be done here in about another 3 to 4 minutes. In about 3 or 4 minutes I'll be back, and we'll look at the finished product on this, and then we'll get ready to assemble. Alright, I've already cut my eye off. Got my banana pudding, or my vanilla pudding right here. Now that it's off of the stove eye, I need to put about a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring in there. And if it's a little bit more than that, I'm not going to argue with it. I like vanilla flavor. Put that there. Whisk this in really good. Okay. Like I said, as you can tell, it's already getting a little thick. Just the right way to pour it so that when it sets in that pudding, it'll be nice and creamy. Alright, next time you see me, you'll see me at the island over there pouring this over those bananas and vanilla wafers. Okay, we've got the banana pudding, the actual pudding cooked for the banana pudding. Oh, wait, excuse me. Now I'm getting ready to pour the pudding mixture over the bananas and the vanilla wafers. And what I'll do with this is just start at one end and kind of pour. Now that pudding will work its way down in between the bananas and the vanilla wafers. Let me put this in my sink real quick. Then I'll use the spatula here. I don't leave any goodness behind if I can help it. I love spatulas for that reason. I can scrape these bowls pretty much clean. That means the happy guinea pig don't get to lick the bowl. Oh. But that's okay. He can enjoy this nice pudding.
Another pudding.
That's it.
Major yum yum.
Okay. Just kind of spread that pudding out. And if you have a banana sticking out, that's okay too. Yeah, that's why it's called banana pudding. Now I am going to tell you something. If you don't like bananas, and I know there's actually people out there that do not like bananas. I don't understand. But if you don't, and if you like pineapple, you can do this exact same recipe using pineapple chunks instead of bananas. And it's just as good. It's a pineapple pudding instead of a banana pudding. Let me get this out of the way here real quick. And this is what it looks like so far until I get the meringue on it. And next we're going to work on that meringue. So I'm going to set this right here. Now this is my bowl that has my egg whites in it. And I'm going to move this stuff right here out of my way real quick so I can get my mixer out. Now I do have a stand mixer. And I also have this mixer here. It's this little hand mixer. You can use either. if you don't have a hand mixer or a stand mixer and you have a whisk, you can do this with a whisk. It'll take some time, but it can be done. Doesn't take any time at all with a stand mixer, but I know there's a lot of people that don't have one, so I'm trying to show what can be done with what you've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start whipping these up. And as it starts getting more and more fluffy, I'll show you what's going on with it. These egg whites will increase in volume as you beat them. That's why I've got them in such a large bowl. So, and it'll take a while to do this. I need my sugar. I was looking for it. I thought I'd set it over here. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see they've already doubled to tripled in size from what I had in there. And they're just going to get fluffier. This right here is at a very soft peak stage. You want a stiff peak without it being too thick. You can see it's kind of runny still. What I'm going for is, when I say my stiff peaks, when I get it to the point I want, I'll be able to turn this bowl up and these things will not move. Just a minute. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle in my sugar. And we'll go ahead and add my 1/4 teaspoon of vinegar. And you can see they're getting fluffier. I'm telling you now, that's a workout on the shoulder. Okay, you see that's Real soft peak right there. Now that right there is getting toward a medium peak. Well, that's getting almost to a stiff peak. And as you can see, it's not moving. Go ahead and inject that. It's to the point I want it. And now comes the fun part, putting this meringue on top of this banana pudding. And I don't know if you got to see that a while ago, but as you can see, it's there. And it's still there.
Wouldn't think you'd get so much frost from so little egg.
That's what I said. It will double to triple. It can go 4 or 5 times what I had in there. I know a lot of people who don't like meringue. And that's okay. I mean, you don't like meringue, you don't like meringue.
Not for the pig.
Pig loves meringue. If it's home cooked, pig usually likes it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've got a happy guinea pig.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not to say that we don't eat out, because we do. But, just not as much as we used to. Okay. I pretty much got what I can get out of that bowl right there.
She's getting her workout. Pig done had his for the day.
Yeah. My guinea pig, he deserves this banana pudding tonight. He been working on getting some stuff fixed up here in my kitchen for me. And started this morning before I got up. And finished this afternoon, so we're doing good. Alright, now I'm just going to kind of pop that a little bit, give me a few little peeks to here and there throughout. Right, now when you put this in the oven, it can take upwards of 5 minutes for it to brown good. But you don't want to walk away and forget about it, because it can burn in an instant. So I'm going to put this in the oven, and I will be back when I get ready to take it out of the oven, and I'll let you know how long it took. my timer run out on me. That's okay. I can start it right back up again. Okay, I got it in the oven. I'll let you know how long it takes. And I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Alright, it's done and it's sitting here on the table looking all pretty. Got a nice beautiful golden color on top. So it's a little bit hot right now, so we're not going to do a taste test just this minute.
Darn.
I'll come back later and show you what it looks like and let you know how it tastes once it chills down good. Okay, this right here is what the banana pudding looks like now. It's set for a little over an hour, hour and a half. We want to get it nice and chilled for us to eat. So, here comes the good part.
Major yummy num num.
And this goes to the happy guinea pig.
Num.
And I'm thinking that's a good thing. Alright folks, here we're going to make sure I get a bite of that meringue. Cream. So good. I love banana pudding. Well, I told you I'd show you what it looked like. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Where's my fork?
But, right now, I do want to thank you for watching my videos. And thank you for having subscribed to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Also, I want to thank you for leaving comments. I've had some really nice comments on my videos, so please leave comments. If you have a question, leave a question. I'll try my best to answer it. And give me a thumbs up if you like those videos. If you don't like the video, give me a thumbs down.
And tell us why in the comments.
And if you would, please share the video. You know, there might be somebody out there that you know that would like to see the video and don't know about it. But anyway, I'd like to thank y'all again. And y'all have a great day. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.
Where's my fork?